Ooh, it's so boomsticky, man. Look at it. I know, man. I've seen them before, but they're just, mm, mm.
Wipes, wipes, wipes. Why the waste? Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water with reusable Eco
Customer
Pad.
demand remains
Micelles work like a
strong.
magnet. Now leave
MasterCard,
less mascara
chief
residue than the
economics.
leading
Now,
wipes. With
he
no
might
wipe
be
waste.
talking about the
Garnier Micellar Cleansing
customer
Water and
index
reusable
under the
Eco Pad
system,
by Garnier.
customer
Naturally.
service, customer demand, some
Something was really
Salesforce
fascinating, right? We
workforce
saw this
thing,
27-year
or people
trend
just
of
buying
moving
money on
toward more
MasterCard for
services.
customer demand. They
You
keep
know, it
racking
just
up
get totally
charges on
interrupted,
things, and
and
the
then
market's not a
just
great
toward the
place
middle
to
of
have a
last
fixed
year, we saw the
income,
consumer
debt
really start to
programmed,
recalibrate
things that are
in
out there in the
spending
market.
and
Seems
think
like
about
that's
that.
just
You know,
getting
buying
stretched
too much
across the
stuff, as you
board.
just
More like
mentioned,
he'd have a
and looking more
conversation
toward the
about
services. Now we've seen that
when
rebound and that
everything he
momentum
can't say
of services really
out
climb
loud.
through the end of last year.
He'll
And then
dance around
Omicron
it.
happened and kind of provided a bit of a setback. But what we're seeing in the latest data is that setback looks to be fairly temporary, and things look back on track toward that services or
Well,
that
that
experience
sets the
economy
tone on the
that we
zero
were in
one beta U
just a
beta
few
V
years ago.
for
Well, we've certainly seen the reopening
customer
stocks even
demand
this
being
week
high. Right
gaining
now,
some
that's not
momentum.
great
The
because the
restaurant
supply
names, Brinker
chains are
had
so
strong
tight.
earnings
If
this
you're
morning.
making
That's
high
kind of
demand
helping
and
it
you
move to
have
the
any kind of
upside. So,
warehouse on that, they're going to
if we
probably
talk
be on
about
you
what
to
that
take
holds for
take
the
it as
next
the
couple
high
of
as what
months,
it
then
is. Try
where do
not
you
to
expect to
kick
see
and own
people
it for
spending
time
the
space
most?
later for position.
What's really interesting is during
Well,
the
you would
last
know what you would
holiday
know by
season,
frame
we
rate
saw
by the names
shopping
of who they put
early,
out and
both
why. I doubt it's
in-store
just
and
that's the
online,
one
and
they
we're
got.
seeing
They're
that
not quite
now.
the
So we're
fox in the
seeing that
box to grab a
continuation
senator
of
with some
strong
numbers and
e-commerce spend as well as people shopping in-store. And that's showing up in restaurants, you know, as people continue to
every once in a
order
while,
in,
but in the
as well as
odds,
showing
it's
up in the
usually
restaurants
cleaner over
and
here.
getting back out there with friends and family. So those are very key trends that we're seeing happening today.
All right, so let's talk about the inflation implications because it's a big deal. If you want to look at what happened on the supply chain side of things, you had a huge
See,
wave
that
of
was what was
demand
weird on the intro,
overwhelming an
bringing
area
him
for
into
goods
it
that
with the
it was not
supply
used to that,
without
and we've
him
seen the
cutting
supply chain
into
problems and
some
inflation as a
customer
result. So if that's
service
receding,
work
does that mean we can
Salesforce
expect
sex
some
because
easing on
again
that front?
Salesforce is going to be a lot of the
I think there's
MasterCard Meta
some good reasons to
digital
expect
banking
that impact
runs
to be
through
positive
tracking the rabbit of the
or
MOS chip
alleviate some of the
and
pressure
or
on
NORs
inflation.
that
Certainly,
do
there were two
that
factors
loop
driving inflation
rate,
higher: the
and I don't
disruption
know
at
where
the
they're
ports
living
and
with that.
factories
And
and
again,
everywhere
being
else,
that there's so
both
many
in terms of
cards out
labor
there
and
like
just
that, the
getting
way
stuff.
it is.
And then it was this excess demand. As
And
that
then you're
demand
gonna
has
look
started
at
to
your hard
cool
line of
off,
what you're doing, what
that'll
your debt
alleviate that
limits, what your
front,
debt
and then
ceiling,
workers
what
start to go
your
back
main
to
model over the
factories and
long
ports and
haul, and
things
whether
like
you're
that,
gonna
which
get
we've already
stretched out or
seen,
not to get that
again,
back,
providing
given the
pressure
repo man.
easing off. So both of
And there
those
was one
factors
about
should
the
help the
repo a little
inflation
while
story
ago,
and
wasn't there?
should help the overall consumer spending story quite well.
All right, you have some more sort of hyper-local data as well. So tell me where you see
Me,
outperformance across the
I'd come
country
in and
and
be
by
honest
what
with you.
kinds of
I might
consumers.
be able to keep them off at bay
So
as far as their
it's really
MFDs are concerned.
fascinating.
But I
At
know
the
I'd have at least a
Macroeconomics
click at the
Institute,
end
we're
of it. I haven't
focused on
seen
that
much of it lately. It seems a
hypergranularity
lot
using our spending
different
pulse
now.
data. We're seeing that
Short.
across the country where
We'll see where
the
that goes.
southern
At
parts
any
of the
rate,
country that are less impacted by the blizzard that happened also got
again,
a big benefit
I'm hard about
from some of the
fundamentals,
excess
overhead
savings
angling angles.
that
I
has
robot
continued. We're
stuff
seeing
about
that as a relative
terminals, because
outperformer. A lot
otherwise
of
there's a
mobility or
product.
people
There's the way
moving to
they
the
sells,
south,
and
as
then
well as
looking
some
at
of
that
those
guy and how they
less
do things.
populated
Now,
states
again, when you
in the
sell it to
middle of
them,
the
they're going to
country.
give you the
Those
side
are the
pitch that
areas that we're
isn't
seeing that
necessarily who
momentum
they're
that
talking
really
to
goes
directly.
in line with
But
the
you'll
trends we're seeing in
probably see
overall
things, if not hear
mobility,
some
as
things
well
of
as some of
the
the
pilot's theory
restrictions
you keep around
and the
your
spending
office, of
patterns that
whether
we
you
see.
think, now
So
that this
finally, for those
happened,
who are wondering how much spending power the consumer
how
is
did it
going to have
affect?
this year
You
when
know,
the
like I
Fed's
said,
pulling back, fiscal stimulus is
that's
pulling back, it's
what
not
it
what you can look
is.
into people's bank accounts, but what does your data suggest?
That's right. So the way we're looking at that is, are we seeing consumers continue to spend in the face
All
of these
things firing
headwinds?
on all
As you
cylinders on
mentioned,
your
that
end.
$600 payment that came into people's banks accounts at the beginning of last year in January makes it really
Wow,
difficult
it's a lot
for
about the
sectors
corporate
to
policy
outperform
given
relative
COVID
to
these
last
days.
year. But we're seeing some really strong numbers. Omicron that just happened, we're seeing strong numbers in the face of that. And of course, the
Hydrogen wave
latest
function been
disruptions on
around
the
for a
weather
while.
front, we're continuing to see a lot of spending momentum. So we're looking and monitoring that very closely to see if consumers are responding to that new
Imagine
piece
your
of
office is
information,
Petri
or
dish,
how
especially
much
the
of a
hard
lag or
office, because
impact we're
otherwise
seeing
you're
from
paying
that
for a dividend.
hangover
What you
of
want is
that
a small
big
hard with a Fed with a
spending that
specific
happened at
tool
the end of
set or
last year.
cabinet of
In other words,
credits
you're
and
not seeing a
debits
huge
and
effect. People,
time
looks like people are pretty robust.
I mean,
right.
that would
We're
be your
seeing
hard
that
steps to why you
continuation of
send a
firm
card out
consumer
to
spending,
somebody
both
to
in person
not
and
let
in store.
not just
In a
this
lot of
happen
broad-based
again, but
categories, people want
how
to
to
get back out
stabilize
there
it
in that
as a
retail
tool to put more
space.
into
It's
it
been
as a
very
diagram
prominent,
when
and also in the
necessary.
experiences economy.
Again, that might
Very
be something you want to
interesting.
keep.
Brooklyn, thanks for
There's
joining
a
us with all
lot
the
of stuff
details today.
laying
We
around trying
appreciate
to
it.
pick it up, put on this.
Don't like
case.
surprises? Proactive